Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we'll hand over to you now, Ted. It's all yours.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen, full screen mode?
I can see your screen, supply chain decarbonization.
Perfect. Yeah. So my name is Ted. I'm the co-founder of Evercomm Singapore. We are a company, of course, based in Singapore, but we do have operations around the region. And what we do is we really are focusing on providing sustainability-related services to help more companies to decarbonize, especially now with the whole focus about more on sustainability and etc. So in terms of our company progress, I think our journey in sustainability really reflects well with the whole journey of how the industries are going. When we first started it in 2013, people really treat sustainability more like a CSR marketing kind of event. But and only back then, the only customers that we could leverage on our AI services is the very energy intensive players like semicon, data center manufacturing. But the landscape really started to change in 2019, 2020, and even this year. I think now sustainability has become one of the top agenda for most countries. And also for a lot of the organization as well, because now the compliance is there for them to really report in terms of their sustainability progress and so on. This is the real challenges when it comes to sustainability. Usually doesn't matter if it's a commercial building, industrial buildings, any organizations, when it comes to managing the sustainability aspect of stuff, these are all the different complex systems they have to deal with. Even they are, doesn't matter if they are manufacturing companies, or doesn't matter if they're hotel, hospitals, shopping malls, and etc. This is the real challenges when it comes to manage the complexity, when it comes to transitioning towards carbon, low carbon operations. And the talent pool, that can help organization transition in an effective manners are very not so widely available in this region. And the challenges is that, for every single organizations, we are talking about millions and millions of buildings, from an industrials, commercial sense, and how they can transform more towards green. It's still very much depending on consulting effort, manual labor intensive, and so on. So even though the region itself is really looking to transition more green, but the bottleneck remains in the operation and execution aspect of it. And what we do in Singapore and from Singapore, helping many other countries to transition towards that low carbon operation, is that for organizations, we can help them provide a real-time dashboard where, pulling from all the real-time data from their operations, we can really show exactly where is the carbon emissions in a real-time manner. And all their real-time carbon reduction activities are also being automatically quantify, and directly they can see that in a real-time dashboard for their organizations. And you can imagine for some of our customers in the hotel chains, for the manufacturing hubs, it's very important for them to be able to see this from communicating to their end customer perspective, or even just focusing on their own organizational sustainability agenda. And the real challenge in this is really to make sure that all these data that we collect, we process, are in compliances to the different sustainability standards and framework. Because if those data are not compliant to these standards, it's very difficult for us to help these organizations to unlock green financing, which can further help them transition in terms of their carbon reduction journey. So this is really where we focus on. Depending on the different organization, we make sure that we process these data in alignment to various international standards. So with the data we process, we can help them better unlock green financing to help them even go greener and etc. This is just an example. All the data that we process come from either their existing systems or from the IoT sensors. We make sure that all the data is really directly from the sources. It's not from secondary or human input, because when you have that, it's very difficult to pass, international compliance, and it's very difficult to have the financial institute to support on those data to unlock green financing for the organization. So we make sure all the data are coming directly from the validated data sources. So in a nutshell, how it works is that when it comes to different levels of operations, we generate something called the carbon avoidance certificate directly from the asset level, right? These are the assets that keeps producing goods and services. These are also the assets that provides cooling or heatings for whichever operation that these organizations looks for. Once we have all these data, we process it from a sustainability and carbon emission perspective. And using those data, we work with the different banks to help them better unlock green finance. We also work with the different compliances standards organizations so that the companies can, be in compliance to the different regulations or even standards. And finally, at the end of the day, it's all about helping these organizations move more towards net zero in a much more cost-effective manner. So this is really what we do in a nutshell. And just to wrap it up, since launch just a few months ago, we already have many banks working with us, taking our carbon avoidance certificate as a benchmark so that they can use that to unlock more green financing for the local companies. So really our vision here is about how can we use this data, process it in a manner so more organization can tap into the green finance that is right now available in this region. Not just Singapore, but we see many green finance investors are willing to invest even in a lot of the neighboring countries as well. So this is really what we do using technology and AI to help them unlock those. And in a nutshell, this is really what we're trying to do. We're trying to be a more effective platform where we can bridge between the different asset owner and also the green technology provider. And once we match the two, we also make sure that all the data are certified in the international standards and compliances so that the financial institutions are more willingly to unlock green financing to help more organizations to transform towards green operation. So in a nutshell, this is what we do, and happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me.